Welcome back. This is Hire Done. My name's Adam Helfman. It's a snow day, Saturday. In fact, I want to take a quick moment to talk about Salt Sale Saturdays at Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions in Brighton and now open in Waterford. Every Saturday, you can get DuraCube regular at an unbelievably low $5.99 for a 45 or 40-pound bag. DuraCube Red Out for $6.99 a bag, and a potassium chloride for $19.99 a bag. Plus, they're going to give you 5 gallons of bottled water for $2.99 each. That's pretty good. I'm sure you'll be okay today with the weather getting over there. Anyways, love it that it's a snowy day. I kind of like snow. I'm gonna say I want the snow today. Okay, so I'm okay with the snow. Anyway, text me if you're out there plowing driveways. Shout out to all our professional snowplow contractors out there today. I want to let you know we appreciate you working. Just don't drive too fast. Like I was flying down Telegraph and two guys in plow trucks, not the big ones like the county trucks. Those guys, they can do that because they have the weight. But like just like big, pushing trucks, whatever, they were flying like it was nothing on the ground. Anyways, just want you to know that we appreciate you. And if you want to get a little shout out for you, text us 97136 at the ticket text. We'll give you a shout out if you like that. But here's the thing. Next weekend, we've got the home show, January 24th to the 26th, the Novi Home Show at the Suburban Collection. And it's the biggest home show in Michigan for the year, and it's going to be packed. All kinds of exhibits, all types of contractors to talk to. Many, many hired done contractors are there. And, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to chat with contractors. If you're thinking about remodeling this year and you're planning it, get started now. The home show is really like the indicator to get started for the year. And how do you know that the person in the company you're speaking with is a real deal, though? That's the key. You're going to go there, you're going to look at somebody. Maybe they have someone who just works home shows and doesn't really work in the company. How do you know? You're going to grab a brochure? What's the way to figure it out? How do you peel away a few layers before you actually ask somebody or invite them into your home? How can you tell the difference between a great contractor and a contractor with a great booth? I've interviewed thousands of contractors. And between when I used to own my own renovation company to what I do now with Hire It Done, I've heard every line in the book. Trust me, I've seen it all. I know the questions they ask any contractor, and I know the questions they don't want you to ask. Even though I'm going to give you this, you still have to implement it. It's always good. You can bring a horse to water, but if I give you this information, you got to use it. And there's some questions you should ask yourself. The answers are going to tell you right away whether or not you should hire a contractor. And let's be clear, it's not rocket science, folks. I've been around the block a few times, yeah, literally. So let's get into the questions to ask contractors at the home show, right? So let's what kind of project are you looking to do at the home show? You want to use basement remodeling, maybe? That's a good one, right? Or maybe a bathroom. Maybe you just want to get a generator. Are there good electricians at the show? How about a roof? Siding, windows? There's always the roofers there. Half of them are hired done contractors. And they're great. So shout out to Bowman Outdoors, kicking some ice. That's right, brothers. Good luck to all. Thank you, Jared. Here's a text. Adam, with regards to granite countertops, any guidance on what to use to clean them? Yeah. Hard Rock Stoneworks, you go to their showroom. There's one in Sterling Heights, and there's one in Birmingham, Troy area, on the border there. Troyham, I call it. They sell a granite cleaner. It's like their own proprietary solution, I think. Just go to Hard Rock Stoneworks. Those guys rock, just so you know. And if you're out there pushing snow, text us 97136. We want to give you a shout out. But we're right now talking about going to the home show. What are you going to ask contractors? So the first thing is you're going to go up to a booth and you're going to say, hey, how are you? You start talking to them. And you say to them, you have any home show specials? Because a lot of times they say, if you make an appointment with us at the home show, we're going to give you an extra blah, blah, blah. Now, is that real? Is it not real? If you don't make an appointment and then you end up calling them a month later, you think you can say, hey, I saw at the home show I'm supposed to get that extra special. There's a whole way to negotiate with contractors. And we're going to do a segment on negotiating with contractors later because I think that is probably a good topic to go over. But you ask them about specials. Hey, Connor, what kind of specials do you have? Oh, we have a home show special. Okay, what does that mean? $1,500 off a roof? $7,500 off? What is it? Well, make sure you get it in writing. Make sure you ask and figure it out because if you're going to invite them to your house, you want to make sure that they know that. So, but I will say this. Let's use roofing as an example. Let's say they give you a special extra $500 off roofing. Is there something in writing? Ask them, is there a coupon? Is there a certificate? How do I know? Hopefully they'll give you something. But then when they come to your house, don't mention it. Okay? Because the reason why I want to say don't mention it is because what you're going to do is you're going to say, after they give you the price, say to them, okay, I need you to, if you're serious about buying from them, don't waste the contractor's time, by the way. But if you're serious, you should say to them, hey, can you do any better? And let them give you their best price. And then at the very end, right before you sign, they say, oh, wait a minute. I got this coupon from the home show. Here you go, and hand it to him and then have him drop the price, the amount of the coupon. If he looks at you and says, I'm sorry, I've already factored that in. You'd be like, oh, no, you didn't. You didn't mention that. All right. And then he says, well, I can't give you any more money off. You say, okay, let me think about it then. And pretend, it's a poker game now. It's a bluff. Just tell him you don't want to do anything. Shout out to Great Oaks Landscape and Maintenance out there plowing and salting. Mr. Plow, Northfield. What up, Mr. Plow? Anyways, text us 97136 if you're out there pushing snow. I want to give you a shout out today. Just have some fun. Here's a question to ask a home show person. Do you do work in my area? Think about it. You're coming all the way from Sterling Heights. You're driving out to Novi. You're like, yeah. And the guy's from downriver. You got to make sure. And then you got to think to yourself, is this a company I want coming to do my work because it's 60 miles away from my house? And, of course, the old questions. You have reference I can call. Tell me about your company. There's enough. Here's a good one. Tell me about your company. They got a booth. They got something. And the person sitting at that home show booth, they better be able to say, oh, well, we've been established since 1988. We're this, we're that, we're blah, 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 blah. Right? Better Business Bureau. Accredited. That's a big one. They better be part of the Better Business Bureau. I'm a big fan of the BBB. And then at the very last, you're going to ask yourself, because you're going to start gathering information. I want you to ask yourself, is this the kind of contractor or is this the kind of company I want to invite in my home? Think about that. Is it? Shout out to D&B Landscaping in Livonia. Anyways, I'm going to take a quick break. When we come out, we're going to give more shout outs to all the guys plowing this morning. Thank you for all your hard work. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. Good morning. My name's Adam Helfman. What a great morning. Little rain, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's all good, though. If you want to watch us on Facebook, give us a little look. Go to Hire It Done on Facebook or 97.1 The Ticket. You have any questions, you can text us 97136. As you know, Hire It Done is in 38 markets now, and we're the largest home improvement network here in Metro Detroit and around the Great Lakes. And we want to help you, the homeowner, find the best home improvement advice so that when you hire a contractor, you don't have headaches. And if you do have headaches, at least you'll know what the questions to ask and you'll know how to be hassle-free or how to find the solution-minded contractor. And now, speaking of solution-minded contractors, we've got in studio Christian Deasy from Christian's Gutters. Good morning, Christian.
Good morning. Thanks for having us back.
Of course, man. You're awesome. And you brought one of your top employees. His name's Josh Norris. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm awesome, man. How you been?
I'm doing all right. Glad to be here.
So, Josh, how long you been installing gutters?
I've honestly been doing this for about 15 years.
Dang.
I know it doesn't look that way, but I was born into this.
So, like, Josh Norris has been doing it 15 years like an expert. You're like a ninja a little bit.
Essentially, yeah.
The people, we got to ask you because everyone wants to know already. People want to know, are you related to Chuck Norris?
I pretend I am.
That's the best thing to do, right? You might as well.
Absolutely.
Because think about it. You can just say, I'm related to Chuck Norris. Your gutters, I'm just gonna karate chop your gutters, and they're gonna, be all set. So
sometimes they do come off that way.
Oh yeah.
You got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
So Christian, let me ask you a question. Since you're a hired done contractor, how's the business so far? Are you looking up for 2020 to be a really busy year?
Yeah, we're excited, and the weather's been warm, so we've been working, and it's a good weekend to talk about gutters with this rain. The danger right now is some of the ground's still frozen.
Yeah,
so a lot more of that water might be running against your house.
Well, that's one of the questions. Saturday, snow day. Why does it happen on a Saturday? Should have been like Monday, Tuesday. The kids aren't
days
happy.
off.
Does anyone want to go sledding today? That's a great day to go sledding, right? I forgot about that. I haven't done that in forever.
No.
Franklin, Michigan has like the Franklin Hill. That's where I did it all. It's like this thing.
Just a hill, or they got a track?
It's a hill.
We got a track out by our house.
It used to be huge when I was little, but now it's like not so bad. Anyways, welcome back. This is Hired Done. My name's Adam Helfman. If you're out there snow plowing this morning, text us 97136. We'll give you a shout out. Ypsilanti Community School grounds guys are plowing up, getting the walks clear for the students. Awesome. Cisco Services, Canadian Lakes, Michigan. MJ Snow and Landscape. D&B Landscape in Livonia. Holden Green Turf in Troy. Dion with Amazon delivering packages early. All right, Dion, what's up? Meanwhile, I'm at lunch yesterday. At a lunch meeting, and I signed up a while ago for the Amazon key delivery where they can deliver to your house with your key or your car.
Don't you give me your garage code or something too?
I don't even know how this happened. I ordered like Fiji water, like I ordered the cases, and I'm at lunch, literally, and I get in the car, and the light comes on and says your rear tailgate's open. I'm like, what? So, in the SUV, you got to get out and you got to close it. I open it and close it. I see a box of Fiji water in the back of my SUV. And then I remembered at lunch I got a text from Amazon that says your water's been delivered. And I'm like, wait a minute. I figured how they deliver to the front porch or whatever.
Right.
This guy put it in the back of my car at the restaurant. Like they must have like some kind of voodoo science.
Ooh, that's scary. They have your touch code or something for your vehicle?
Legit, I think I gave it to him. I don't
You must
remember like
have.
100%. The guy actually put it in my trunk. Yeah, he knew I was there. Crazy. That's like cray-cray. Like, whoa.
They're supposed to. You can give them your garage code now, and they'll put it in your garage.
Yeah. Until
My
that,
guy
you
does
know,
it. I order everything. I order dirt through
everything.
Amazon, everything. I don't go to the store for nothing.
I haven't done the grocery store ordering yet. I'm going to try that next. You know, like whatever they do when you could go online and start cooking.
Yep.
But what if they give you rotten bananas? Like, what if I like to hand pick all my fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Do I put a little special note? Hey, give me the ripe stuff?
Yep.
What? That's
Probably
crazy.
comes green.
I don't know. Anyways, I am all hopped up. It's Saturday morning. Having a good time. We've got Ron Alexander, expert master plumber, over 30 years, right?
Yes.
Shelby Mechanical, all-star plumber. And in the co-pilot seat today with Ron, Steve Iverson from Finished Basements Plus, contractor of the year.
Yeah, I saw that.
Look out. Woo! VIPs in the house.
That's right.
We
Good
bow.
morning, Steve.
Morning. How are you?
Awesome.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, good to have you too, man. Had a good year, 19, right?
We did.
2020, we're going to kick ass.
We are. We already started.
You're booked till like June.
Not quite there yet, but
I was gonna
halfway.
figure. Like if you're thinking of remodeling your basement and finishing it, literally the guy's the benchmark and like to do it with, right? But you better call him now because that's the right way to do it. Is to plan now.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I think you have the old statement that people spend more time planning a vacation than a remodeling project, and
Right?
it seems to be true. You know?
Somebody called me the other day and said, "Can you get me Disney tickets?" And I'm like, "What? Who's calling me? Like, go to StubHub or something like that, right?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I went online and started looking at Disney tickets. It is Disney's as much as a renovation job now.
Yeah.
It's $1,000 a person, right?
Oh, yeah. I went last summer.
I remember as a kid though, they said Disney tickets never expire. Did you ever know that? They like last forever?
Once you buy them?
Yeah.
If you, until you attend?
No, until you attend. But if you buy a ticket like in 1980 and you have it in a drawer, you can go in there and say, "Here's my ticket."
No kidding.
Yeah, I heard that.
No, I
I
wasn't
don't
aware of
know.
that.
Listen, I'd rather talk remodeling.
With this weather, I'd rather talk Florida.
Right. Ooh. You know what's funny? I've been thinking about going to Florida for the weekend. My parents are down there. Just, it's, I don't know. We'll see.
Just fly down.
Right. There's good food in Florida.
I know.
There's always
about
good food
ready.
here. So, okay, let's talk. Let's get it right going.
It's too hard.
Right. Shout out to Rainbow Landscape in Shelby Township, by the way. And another one,
Nice.
Great Lakes Landscaping from
Shelby.
Chesterfield, plowing the Tri-County area. All right. Thanks for all your hard work, folks. Oakland, Macomb, Wayne County, and everyone else in the surrounding areas. The road service guys, you guys are rocking it out. All our shout out here at the sports station this morning for you. So, Steve, tell everyone about Finished Basements Plus. Contractor of the Year, dude.
Yeah, we were nominated for that award through the Builders Association of Southeast Michigan, and we were selected as the remodeler of the year.
It's the best.
Yeah, it was,
you deserve
it was
it,
a great
literally.
award. Yeah,
I'm going to say this, and I legitimately, I've known you now since the 90s.
yeah.
What did we take, Dale Carnegie together, or was it like
No, it was
Sandler Sales?
Sandler Sales. Yeah,
Like in the 90s, though,
it was late '90s. Yeah,
You guys are old.
right? I
got
graduated from
salt and
state in
pepper over here
91.
calling me old.
Yeah. Well, for me,
right.
I can't tell.
Right.
I have the youthful gene. But anyways, yeah, you've come a long way, and I have mad respect for you and your company because literally, finding a good contractor today is not easy.
Right. No.
It's super tough, and you have grinded it out. And every year, Finished Basements Plus comes out with something new, more efficient, better quality management, like legit stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like any guy who does basement remodeling should try and copy you. Because
As a subcontractor working for Finished Basements Plus, it's good to have people like that from our aspect because, they're so well organized. When we get to the jobs, we know what we're doing. We get POs. It's fantastic.
It's a professional
to work for them, yeah.
So we've got Ron Alexander, who's been a professional plumber for over 30 years. He's got Shelby Mechanical. You're out of Sterling Heights? Shelby.
Well, we're completely in Shelby now. We had some stuff going on in Sterling Heights. but
Okay.
We moved.
And you do plumbing all over Metro Detroit.
yeah, everywhere.
Yeah. One of the things that I want to mention on the radio right now with you guys is I learned something all the time, but I learned something new. Back in the day when everybody was building houses and they put the plumbing in the basement, we've said this before, but I want to remind everyone, and they had the PVC pipe sticking out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I learned over time that half the time those pipes were just sitting out on the ground. They really weren't even connected for the most part. But homeowners always had the impression, oh, it's pre-plumbed for a bathroom in your basement, like it was a value, right?
Right.
And they're like, oh, we got to design everything around this. I asked Steve one time about that, and then you confirmed it. I'm like, do you have to put it there? And he's like, dude, no. It's like so easy. He's like, Shelby Mechanical comes in, they'll break the floor out in 3 floors. You can move it anywhere you want. And it's like, oh, the light bulb went on. It's like, it's that easy. You can put a bathroom anywhere in a basement now, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, whether you use the pre-plumb, you use PVC stacks, you use ejector pits, there's a variety of different ways to get it done. And you can improve the design dramatically, typically, by not using the pre-plumb because it's not put in a place that makes sense with any kind of floor plan.
Never. Very, very rarely. We're always moving it somewhere, so
Right.
it's not a big deal.
So there you have it. Anyone listening right now, if you're thinking of remodeling a basement, think about that. You just heard it from the pros. A professional plumber, a professional remodeler. You don't have to put the bathroom where they say, bam. How about them apples? Yeah. Right?
Get you some of that.
Right. Now, is there a different plumbing that you have to use when you're in a basement? Like, I like the power flush toilet anyways with the heated seat.
Fixtures?
Yeah.
No, you can use
It don't
anything you
matter.
want. No, yeah.
But what if the sewer line is higher and coming out of the middle of the wall?
Well, that's when we use a sewage ejector then to lift it up. So you drain everything into that and then pump it up and out.
Question about a sewer ejector.
Mm-hmm.
Is it called a macerator too, or is that?
Yeah, some people call it that.
Is it grind up all the poop?
Yeah. It just doesn't. No baby wipes and no feminine products because it eats those pumps alive.
Wait a minute.
Don't
I
put
use
them down
baby
there.
wipes.
Not with a.
I don't
not
use
your
toilet paper
sewage
anymore.
ejector.
I don't. No,
You don't have a sewage ejector.
no, but I use baby wipes.
Well, that's still. I mean, I wouldn't. If you got older pipes, cast iron is still not a good thing to use. They're not. They don't break down like they say they do.
Of course, they say, "Oh, toilet friendly, flushable, blah 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 blah."
Yeah,
that BS, right?
they're
Until
not.
the guy comes out with the one that it's a one wipe and go, what type of thing?
Maybe you should talk to him about a bidet.
Yeah.
No, I have that. I have the bidet.
He does.
All right, great.
I cannot get the temperature right on it though. It's just it's one of those.
We put a mixing valve in for you, so it's set at the proper temperature all the time.
I'm kind of a
Just
little
sit and
afraid
go.
of it, to be honest. I have the toilet with the heated seat, and when you sit down, it has a fan. It goes, and it's really cool.
That sounds amazing.
It is. I'm on the. I do all my Facebooking on the toilet.
Still working on the.
Well, that's good news, Adam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're the same way. Dominic's installing a TV in our men's room right now today. It's got to be comfortable at the shop.
I had one once. Literally in the toilet room. We can do about my whole podcast. By the way, we're launching the podcast soon. Contractor Therapy. Have I told you about it?
No.
It's called Contractor Therapy. And it's all about home improvement horror stories. Customer from hell and the contractor from hell. And it's just, all it is stories.
Mm-hmm.
You guys will be on it. Don't worry.
Oh, I got some good ones.
Then it's the anecdote at the end with me and the contractor. Like, hey, how do you avoid this?
Mm-hmm.
Just some good stuff. So anyways, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I want to talk about how to properly plan for your basement remodel. Is it too early to start? Or also, you're going to be at the home shows.
Yeah, both of us are.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna talk about that as well. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. My name's Adam Helfman. 97136 is the text line. Text us. We'll give you a shout out if you're out there plowing in this snowmageddon. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. Few things are guaranteed in home improvement, but clogged drains might be one of them. Nowadays, you can go online and you can find a million different tricks and hacks on how to fix a clogged drain. I asked Ron Alexander of Shelby Mechanical what he thinks about the do-it-yourself drain declogging methods. He said to me he would recommend staying away from any of those gimmicks. Vinegar, baking soda, or whatever else people talk about pouring down the drain. You're more than likely to just end up with a mess in the drain that's still clogged. I also don't recommend out-of-the-box chemical drain openers either. While those can be effective on some clogs, they can also damage your pipes and end up costing a lot of money in repairs down the road. But there are a handful of things you can try that are safe and do work before going through the trouble of having a plumber come out. The first method that Ron recommended was the good old-fashioned plunger and using hot water. Hot water can help break down the common clogging agents like grease and soap, and the plunger can sometimes push the clog through. According to Ron, it will depend on the type of clog and where the clog is and the shape of your drain as to whether or not plunging can effectively solve your problems. For a clog shower, Ron says the simplest answer might be the best. A lot of times with a shower, the problem is hair, and people don't realize that they could see the clog and maybe even just reach down and pull it out if they take off the drain cover. In the case of a clog that you can't quite reach, a coat hanger or a similar hook might help you remove the clog. If you're handy and you feel up to the task, you could always rent a plumber's snake at a big box store to deal with a particularly stubborn clog. Ron even has people call him on the phone for tips in the middle of working on their drain. People call me all the time and ask. I don't mind. If it's something simple I can recommend, I'll tell you. And if it's something I think we can come out and take a look at, I'll tell you that too. I always say there's nothing wrong with doing your due diligence and seeing if you can fix a problem yourself. But if you're getting nowhere, fighting a clogged drain all afternoon because you want to save a few dollars, ask yourself this. How much is your time worth? Because most homeowners, there's a point where the time is more valuable to them than what they would end up paying someone to fix it, and that's when it's time to make the call. For more plumbing tips, or if you're looking for a great plumber like Ryan Alexander and his team at Shelby Mechanical, just head over. Anyways, tell the audience a little bit about Dana Insulation.
Dana Insulation has been a metropolitan Detroit exclusive insulation contractor now since 1977. We've been insulating both homes and businesses for that length of time, and we're busy. We believe we're experts in all aspects of insulation as well as ventilation, which you so importantly mentioned moments ago. And that's something folks don't always know, and we really need to keep them educated on their own homes and the best way to both insulate and ventilate their homes.
Well, that's the key. The insulation is good, but if you don't have proper ventilation,
It won't work.
or if it's installed wrong,
That's a problem.
right, a big problem. And that's what we're finding out with a lot of homeowners. So let's get right to the chase. Homeowners want to save a little bit of energy. You got the average house. They say, all right, I heard Adam. I called up Dana. What's the first thing you're going to do for the homeowner?
Well, you know, it's a wide gamut of what the folks are looking for.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Rick from Chase Lawn Care in Brighton's out there plowing this morning. Great Lakes Landscaping. Text us 97136. If you're plowing, we'll give you a shout out. Be safe out there, everyone.
I should trade a service call for somebody to plow at my house. Hey, here we go.
You
We're
plow?
talking.
You know, there's an app for that now. Right?
Yeah.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Like Uber. You can just go online, click on your address. They'll come out. They take a picture before. They take a picture after. They ding your credit card right then and there. Next. Boom.
Yeah.
I kind of think that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, the app finds out how you can see how close different vehicles are to your house.
Right.
How far away? That's pretty
You should
interesting.
do that with Hire It Done. Instant Hire It Done. Basement now.
Yeah.
No.
Finish Basements Plus.
yeah. He's over on Woodward. He'll be there in 5 minutes.
I got a few contractors you can call.
You got a few people? Yeah, no. Here's the thing. I think we've talked about this, but I want to say it again. I think Google ruined the home improvement business. Think about it. You watch HGTV, in 28 minutes, they remodel the whole basement.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Not happening. No way. You Google, and the answer is instant.
Yep.
Are you going to get
Everything's
it? Steve Iverson from Finished Basements, are you going to get a basement instantly?
No.
Right. You can't do it in a week. I need it done. Here it is. It's May. I need my basement remodeled. My son's having a graduation party. Can you finish it before the June 5th deadline? What? Not happening.
No.
Not happening. So if you're planning on remodeling a basement, that's what Finished Basements Plus. Tell me, what are the first steps people should be doing, Steve?
Well, I guess it starts with a 90-minute consultation. They contact us. We come out. We talk to them about what they want to do. And then it kind of can go two different directions from there. We either measure, inspect, and start putting drawings together. Or, depending on the circumstances, we may, on occasion, have to bring our trade partners out, like Ron, look at the circumstances so we can get accurate quotes on certain details of the project. Then we sit down with the customer, present them with a design, a proposal, they sign, or hopefully they sign. And then we put them into a selection process. So they sit down with our designers, and they're picking tile and flooring and countertops and the colors and everything.
It's a lot of information on a basement.
It's just like building a house.
Yeah, because you got every trade coming in there.
Yeah. And we want to have all the details dialed in before we start. So we have a full selection process, a team that does nothing but work with the homeowner to get all those details put together before it gets handed off to production.
Smart. Double, what do they say? Measure twice, cut once, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Double check everything. The checklist, the handoff from sales to production, all that is planting the seeds of success in a proper project. People don't realize the amount of effort that goes in before you even start swinging hammers. I like that, Ron. Ron, you'll go out ahead of time and say, all right, here, you want to do this here, and you'll help consult on the design of the plumbing.
Sometimes, yeah. Most of the time, we've got it dialed into what it's going to cost, and so I don't have to, not that often. It's just if there's pipes in the way and they like to do a really nice job and get some, if they're drywall in a section, we might have to drill and raise the pipes up through the joists and things like that. Or I just looked at the one the other day, the customer wants a whole house repiped on top of what they're doing. So
I was just going to ask that. When a homeowner sees your crew coming in under Finished Basements Plus, do you allow if they say to you, hey, I want a new water heater, and I also have this new faucet I got off Wayfair on discount with a coupon, and it's a pull-out spray with all the things on it. Is it okay? You allow because we used to never allow our trades to do any extra work till the job was over.
No. Well, if we know early enough, we can incorporate it in the project, and Ryan can get a price to us, and we can put it in the scope of work.
Okay, well that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
because I'm sure people want to do other things in the house while you're there. Well, while you're at it,
right.
The 4 dirty words of home improvement.
Yep, we might as well.
We might as well.
I lived it.
Right? Oh, yeah, you did. I remember that.
I lived it.
It's
Still living it.
Yeah, I know. It's the best.
It is.
Well,
it's fun.
Well, that's cool. So, is there any trends, Steve, that you see coming on in home improvement with basement remodeling? Like, it used to be the home dedicated theater room. Are you getting back to that, or is it an open concept?
It's open concept. There, 10, 15 years ago, it was everybody had to have a dedicated theater room, and now it's It's more continuous spaces that can associate with each other. You know, bars that can socialize with living rooms and entertainment areas, game
Well,
areas.
that's the best part. So when you're remodeling a basement, you're making it into a lower level. Is that the bougie way to say it? It's a lower level. I like that.
Inspectors say it's still a mechanical room.
Really?
It's a mechanical room. So if it gets flooded, it's your problem. It's it's how they word it.
Thanks, Mr. Inspectors.
They're characters.
But when you entertain in a house, legitimately, most people will say, "Oh yeah, everyone hangs out in the kitchen." But when you have a finished basement with a kitchen or a kitchenette, that's where everyone migrates to, right? Isn't that the new?
That's where our holiday was in our basement playing the dice game right on the kitchen counter there.
Was there any illegal gambling operation going on at the Iversons?
Maybe.
Was there any cash involved?
Some underage.
Taking the kids for their money.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Salisbury Landscape. They're out plowing. Text us 97136 if you want to shout out plowing this morning. If you're watching us, if you want to see us in studio, you can go to Facebook Live 97.1 The Tickets Facebook page or Hire It Done. We've got Steve Iverson from Finished Basements Plus and Ron Alexander co-hosting today from Shelby Mechanical in studio. Shout out to Allie. She's watching us. So, Ron, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. When you come into a project as a sub, because really, Shelby Mechanical, if someone has a water heater that's leaking, someone wants a new faucet, or they want to snake a drain, or they want to do a whole house, you're that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're coming in as partners with Finished Basements as the plumber for the project, you got to get in, you got to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all scheduled timing. Do you have certain guys that do that type of work as opposed to a guy coming out to
Yeah, we've
change
got a
shower
crew that's
head?
familiar with the work because they have a fantastic system, Builder's Trend, that the guys familiar with. They can go on and it has drawings before the job is done, and as while it's being done, the prints on where things are supposed to go and how many openings in a shower and all that stuff, so they can see what they have to do, and they're just familiar with it. So it helps us as keeping the same crew. I mean, I try to rotate them because it's tough. Breaking up concrete and hauling that out every day is a project. So
It's not easy.
It isn't easy. So I try to rotate a guy in here and there.
So when you break up the floor and you put new drain lines in,
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys put the concrete bed, or do you have Steve's guys do?
Well,
the
we
concrete?
we just traded off a little bit. They're pouring right now for a while, and
Okay,
we'll see how if that gets a
I
little.
always wonder, who does what, because you're gonna, after you put the concrete in, then you do the finished floor.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's the typical finished floor you're using in basements today?
A lot of vinyl. A
But
lot of
still
vinyl plank
waterproof,
that looks like
water
wood.
resistant.
There's vinyl tile that looks like ceramic tile. Those are both. You could dunk them in water for 2 months and
Can
Okay.
you put that stuff in the garage too?
you
I would
can.
like
Yeah.
to do
All right, we're
that.
going to take
I
a
wanna
quick
do that.
break. When we come back, we're going to talk about what are the popular items that people are picking for a lower level, and does the air quality make a difference? I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. Joining me on the Hire It Done Radio Show is Michael Stoskopf. He's the CEO of the Home Builders Association. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning. How you doing?
Welcome back, my friend.
Thanks for having us on.
Always, always. So let's talk about the Home Builders Association. If you're a contractor, a builder, one of the things that homeowners always look for is if you're a member of associations or looking to always add to your professionalism. And the Home Builders Association is pretty much the place for a builder or a contractor to be a member of if they're looking to always educate themselves and be part of the industry. Is that correct?
Well, I'm a partial source, of course. So with that disclosure, yes, absolutely. The Home Builders Association, there's 700 local home builders associations across the country, over 20 in Michigan. We're the largest in Michigan. We're part of the National Association of Home Builders Federation. And really it's new home builders, it's remodelers, trade subcontractors, and then all the different companies that want to work within the residential construction and remodeling industry. We're focused on professionalism. That is very important. It's the largest investment most everybody that's in the sound of our voices right now, but most everybody in the country, the largest investment they'll ever make. And so you want to make sure you protect that investment. So as you mention all the time with your stable of contractors on Hire It Done, you want to hire professionals. You want to know that you're getting the best quality service for that biggest investment that protects your family.
And that's well said, actually. I really appreciate that. So the website for the Home Builders Association is HBAofMichigan.com.
Well, that's the state association. For our local association here at HBA of Southeastern Michigan, which covers Oakland, Wayne, Macomb, and St. Clair counties, it's real simple. It's builders.org.
Oh, even better.
Even better.
Builders.org. Okay. Listen, I always have, I'm a
You're
stickler
always
for
learning on this show.
Hey, whatever. You know how that goes.
Right.
So, Michael, let's talk about the state of the construction industry really quick.
Sure.
We've had a really good economy the last couple of years.
We have.
Homeowners have been coming to Hire It Done in droves looking for contractors. And even I can't fulfill all the requests and the needs because my contractors are like, hey, Adam, we are backed up. We are booked. We can't take any more business. So we sometimes say to the homeowners, hey, listen, we're sorry we only have one guy we can send you instead of 4 or 3. And it's been frustrating because all the good guys are busy, plus add on the shortage of labor. And next thing you know, you got a little bit of a quandary. Are those mirrored with your what you think?
Oh, completely, absolutely, without equivocation. It's a real tight market. That's the whole point of the home show. A lot of the exhibitors at the home show, this is how they do their marketing and business development. This is how they find leads. And really, we're seeing folks come out to a home show, and you want to get well, maybe not as much with Christian and his gutters, but you want to get a new roof put on, or you want to do that new addition or bathroom remodel, kitchen remodel. They're booking for May, June, July in January. So,
I'll give you a perfect example
cycle.
of this. I'm glad you said that. One of my contractors, Finished Basements Plus.
Yeah.
HBA member.
Yeah, Steve
Iverson.
Award-winning HBA member, by the way.
Yeah, Contractor of the Year. Yeah. He's a rock star. He's got his booth, and then we've got next to him this year, Shelby Mechanical, one of my plumbers. And he's going to be talking about tankless water heaters, basement plumbing, putting a bathroom anywhere in your basement. Even if you have plumbing coming out of the ground, pre-plumbed, it's so easy to change. Except people don't realize that it's not a deal breaker. So they teamed up. And, of course, I love that because it's, they're Hire It Done contractors. But the goal is it's one place for everybody in Metro Detroit to go to, find good contractors, and start to get your process. Because, again, 2020 trend is home improvement. Bathrooms, kitchens, basements, roofing, siding, windows, handyman, heating, cooling, plumbing. All of those are on the top list of what homeowners want to get done in 2020. Why not start at the home show?
Well, exactly. That's exactly right. And we have over 300 exhibitors. So imagine if you wanted to go see those exhibitors and you were going to drive around to each of their showrooms, spend time at each of those. 3 hours per each one, that's 1,000 hours. You don't have that kind of time. But if you spend 3 or 4 hours at the home show, January 24th through 26th, Friday through Sunday, you can walk past all of their booths, and the ones that attract you or the ones that you're specifically looking for, they're all in one place. I mean, how convenient is that?
Well, that's the best part about it. So Friday the 24th, Saturday the 25th, Sunday the 26th. On Friday, the show opens at
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock to 8 p.m.
2 to 8. And then Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturday. So that's the long day. And then Sunday is 10 to 5.
Okay, perfect. Yep. And approximately, how many people actually come through the home show?
In the 3 days in the January show, in real good years, we're looking at 25 to 35,000 people.
Yeah, so it's that busy.
It's that busy.
I suggest, again, planning a home show, get there early. The earlier, the better, because then it's less crowded. It gives you a little bit more time to talk to, or come late in the day.
Well, and we have a great deal on Friday and Saturday. We have $5 tickets after 5 p.m. So our tickets normally for adults are $10. Seniors are $9. Of course, you can get coupons and stuff. 12 and under are always free. But the 5 after 5 deal is a great promotion. Yeah. So
how about free?
Well, guess what? If you're listening to our voices right now, Hire It Done, we have some tickets complimentary for you. So
I love that. All right. So we got to take, 10 callers? We have, you have how many? Yeah, 12? Okay, so we have 12 4-packs. Perfect. 248-539-9797. I remembered it. So give us a call. We're going to take the first 12 callers, 248-539-9797. We're going to give away 12 4-packs.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for that, by the way.
Well, like you said on the first segment or first hour of the show, free's always, free's good, right?
Right. Glenn Hagee's favorite price.
Glenn's favorite.
He's a legend. I'm sad that he's gone, but definitely he knew what he was talking about. We used to chat a lot, him and I. So if you want to win some Novi Home Show tickets, call 248-539-9797. We have 12 4-packs to give away. The phone lines are blinking, which is a good thing. I always like when the phone lines light up when we're giving some away. You know why?
We always wonder if somebody's listening, right?
I always do that. I had a contractor once. Here, I'm going to give you a quick side story.
Sure.
I had a contractor once say to me, Adam, nobody listens to your show. Nobody listens to radio. There's no way I'm advertising with you. I'm like, I'll tell you what, how about if I give free advertising and you let me write the message? And that way you have no downside. You don't pay for it, but if people show up to your showroom, you got to honor any deal I give them. And he looked at me, he goes, I love that deal. Then he said, wait a minute. Good morning. This is Hired Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Yes, it's the weekend. Great Saturday weekend. Snowmageddon. No, it's not that bad. The road's got snow on it. We got Steve Iverson from Finished Basements Plus in studio. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Adam. How are you?
Awesome. He made it in. Was it bad coming in?
It was a little dicey.
Not so crazy. Where are you guys coming from?
Highland.
Okay. Oh, ooh.
Took
You made
about
the
an
trek.
hour, yeah.
Thank you for the effort.
You got it.
And then we got Ron Alexander from Shelby Mechanical. You came from where?
Shelby Township.
Whoa. You both made the trek.
Yeah, it's a little right.
Love it.
It wasn't that. It was once you got to 696, it
It's
wasn't too bad,
entertaining.
but it was it wasn't too
We're contractors.
Yeah.
That don't stop us.
nothing.
Heated windshields.
The best.
Yeah, listen, my Ford didn't stop for nothing, man. It went through everything. Boom, like a tank.
Yep.
I'm happy.
That's perfect.
By the way, that new Bronco that's coming out,
I love it.
Yeah,
Look
looks
out.
awesome.
I love it.
you think they'll have like a Bronco Raptor edition? They got it, right?
Yeah.
I'm
I
totally
imagine
digging that one.
The Tremor, I think they're calling. They got a new truck. Well, they had a Tremors before, but now I think they have a Tremor. They're going to call it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down for that for sure. So, okay, so it's 2020. Home improvement business is on fire. Economy's booming. Finding good contractors really is tough. So the question is, what do you do now? Steve, you've always looking for good quality help. What are you looking for as far as growing your business?
Right now we'd like to have a couple more lead carpenters, a couple more crew members, and a couple more for our logistics team.
Okay, so if someone wants to like send you a resume or get a hold of you, what's the best way?
FinishedBasementsPlus.com, or just pick up the phone calls. We'd love to meet and talk to you.
Okay, well so that's good. You just got to make sure that they have to have any experience.
No, we'll take people at the ground level that are good with their hands and they like to put
So you'll
stuff
train.
together.
And Ron, you're always looking for good plumbers. Your business is, based on as many people as you have.
Yes, that's true. We've got 2 starting here in the next couple of weeks. One is actually was a welder. He's going to become a plumber. And the other one is just a service guy coming in. Bring
that's
the new service guy. So
What's the number one service call you get like in January?
our number one all the time is backed up pipes, regardless. That and water heaters. We do a lot of water heaters.
What's a water heater? We always hear from people, I got a 40-gallon water heater. People say drain it once a year. Don't drain it once a year. What's let's give everyone right now the proper advice for a water heater. What do you do?
If it's in over 5-6 years and you haven't drained it, don't worry about it. And all the new ones now, the ones I install, I forget what they call it, swirl technology or something, but when it fills, it creates a swirling effect which stirs everything up so you don't have to flush them anymore. It's really not necessary.
The swirlies.
The swirly. Remember that? The swirly.
Okay. So when someone has a 40-gallon water heater, what usually goes wrong with it when
They
the
just
bottom
start
blows
rusting out. That's pretty much it. Or, if we come out there and the things, they're complaining of not running out of hot water, and it's 8 years old or something, we just replace. They've come a long way, water heaters have. So just like any technology. So a lot of people, we get in there. We had one the other day I want to say it was like 25 years old or something. They still wanted to keep it. I said, well, the new one will pay for itself in a few years for what this thing's doing in here. It's half full of sediment. And,
So if someone's looking to just replace a water heater, $1,100, $1,200?
I think that's 40 gallons, like 11 something. And that will,
Does it make sense to jump to 50 gallons?
I would. It's only like $90 more. It doesn't make any sense not to. If it'll fit, sometimes we get into tight, in closets and tight spaces where it won't, because the new government regulations, they're a little bit wider now because they had to insulate them a little thicker. This was a few years ago, so they are a little bit bigger.
Now, what about the jacket or the sleeve that goes on the outside for some people that want to, the blanket?
I don't
Does that
think
make
that's
sense?
necessary. No.
Yeah.
I've never used one. I don't know if they work or not. It's hard to say if there's any hard data on that.
I've got a person I know has a water heater, and they keep running out of hot water, like cold water in the morning. They wake up, and the landlord says, "Turn it on, turn it off." Is it something that it's
They keep running out of hot water?
Well,
it's off when they get up. It's just not lit.
Yeah, is it some kind of safety mechanism because of carbon monoxide or something? And the guy's like, "Oh, there's a switch on it. Turn it on and off, and then it'll."
That doesn't sound right.
No, it's a power. It must be a power vent, high efficiency, and they've got to keep resetting it. There's something wrong with it.
It's not venting properly.
Yeah, you might have to troubleshoot it and try to figure out what's going on.
Is that something you guys can do?
Yeah. We bring in different manufacturers. They're training. At the shop, we bring them in to train the guys on different water heaters.
Well, that's
it's
a good
tough.
thing.
There's so many manufacturers, so we try to hit the main ones.
So, Steve, when you're designing a basement, how often does it say you tell the homeowner, "All right, listen, we got to upgrade your mechanicals. You got to upgrade stuff." Does that ever come into play, or it's pretty much standard?
It's not typically mandatory. It's more on request. We'll get requests for on-demand hot water heaters, zone heating, recirculating lines, different things. Whether it's applicable to the basement or the whole house, they're thinking about the whole house and the lower level at the same time.
Okay, well that makes sense, and it's a whole house approach,
Yep.
And that's smart. I guess is the best way to do it.
We move a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
A lot of water heaters have to get relocated, and the filter system, the RO systems. Those sometimes we run into that too.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
well, that's
can.
cool.
With Ron, we've got a great relationship, so he either will go look at the job, which isn't very often. We can send him pictures, and he'll say, "Yeah, we can move this water
So
heater."
it's proper planning. Is what it
Yeah,
is.
and
All right.
we can create a better plan by moving stuff around.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about what are the trends in the materials. Like you talked about luxury vinyl tile, or
Yeah.
I want to hear what that is for lower
All right.
levels and if it makes a difference. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. One of the easiest ways to improve your home safety is to add an egress window. An egress window provides a dwelling with an emergency means of exit with the added benefits of increasing the light and livability of your lower level as well as increasing the value of your home. While egress windows are not exclusive to lower levels, that's often where you see them installed. I get a ton of questions about egress windows from homeowners, and my go-to guy for all things egress is Anthony Iapolo of Easy Exit Egress Windows. A lot of people wonder what kind of window they need and how big it needs to be. According to Anthony, the codes vary from city to city, and egress windows must meet the minimum size requirements for your area. A basement egress window typically has an opening of at least 6 square feet. It's also critical for egress windows to be operational from inside without the use of keys or tools. While your choice is somewhat restricted by the code in your area, egress windows come in a variety of sizes and styles to choose from. Most basement egress windows also include an egress well, which allows the window to be opened and typically provides a means of climbing out, such as a ladder or steps. Codes for egress wells also vary depending on city. Anthony from Easy Exit says that depending on your location and how close your house sits to the edges of your lot, you may or may not run into limitations on which side of the home can have the egress window. And sometimes Anthony and his team are able to fit an egress window where it initially seemed like you wouldn't even be able to fit by using a slightly different well or window. That's why it's so critical to have a great contractor who can interpret your needs, who understands the codes, and can offer the best solution for your home. Just the other day, someone asked me if I can install an egress window during the winter months. And of course, I went to Easy Exit and asked Anthony, while weather and soil conditions need to be taken into account, it's not different installing a window in the winter than any other time of year, he says. Typically, you're dealing with about a foot or so of frost to break through, and then it's business as usual. And Anthony and his team are really good at installing windows. Most egress window jobs are completed in about a day, and it's very quick from the time they cut the hole to when the window is installed. The important thing to remember is that whether or not they're required in your area, an egress window is really a vital piece of potentially life-saving equipment that allows your family a means of escape and firefighters a means of entry in an emergency. For more information on egress windows, or if you're ready to start an egress window project, just head to hireitdone.com. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. It was a good interview. Christian Deasy from Christian's Gutters. If you want it done right, you just go to Hire It Done. We find great contractors. That's really, it's a medium-sized family-owned business. Honest. He shows up. That's what we do here. Isn't that what you want as a homeowner? An honest contractor? One that's solution-minded? One that's not the most expensive? I mean, look, when you talk about it, Christian's Gutters, never the most expensive, never the cheapest. They're right in the middle. Who wants anything but that? Plus, they do the job. You're happy when you're done. They clean up. They do it right. Mechanical sitting in today with me, and Steve Iverson from Finished Basements Plus, Remodeler of the Year.
Model of the
Yep.
year.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Well, it's legit. You know, when homeowners are thinking about buying a finished basement or renovating their basement, like, why not start with the best? And the best part about, besides the fact that you do really good work, you guys are not that expensive. If you think about it and you add up everything that you do, it's not. You're not into the highest price.
For the service we offer, I think we're right in the middle of
Right.
professional remodelers.
That's what I think. You know, you're never
That's
the
because
lowest.
he doesn't pay his subs very much. That's why.
Hey, man,
Especially
that's
this guy.
negotiations.
I don't have a heated windshield.
Yeah, we're gonna have to renegotiate. Heated windshield. What's going on there? But that's okay. Hey, and shout out to all the snowplow guys who are out there plowing right now. Text us 97136 if you're out plowing and listening to the show. We'd love to give you a shout out and a thank you for keeping the roads and the driveways clear and all that.
Those guys work their butts off, don't they? They stay up all night. Wow, that's a tough project.
Right.
Tough deal. I did it once. No, it's not for me.
I've never done it.
I was a guy who had to jump out with a snowblower and shovel and do the sidewalks and things. No, I'll pass.
Right. I think my dad bought me a snowblower once, but I never used it. Like when I was little. It's like the lawnmower. I'm like, yeah, what's this?
What's that for?
She's like,
Do
go
I have to call
college.
someone to come and use
He'd
it?
shake his head. He's like, you're just from the neck down worthless. I'm like, thanks, Dad. Love you too. It's okay. From the chin up, he knew.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you're remodeling a basement. You're finishing it. You're making it nice. But there's so many products you can, you can choose from. Steve, let's go from the ground up. So the flooring, right?
Yep.
You said luxury vinyl tile. Vinyl flooring in a basement is great because if there's a flood, there's no mold. It won't ruin it.
Right.
But it looks just like hardwood, right?
It looks awesome. It's got a wood grain to it. It can survive pretty much any water event that you have. And, basements are they're below grade, so they're prone to leakage. But they're, if the water heater fails, if the dishwasher blows a gasket, water events come from every direction.
Yeah.
So the materials you put in your basement need to be selected with care.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. So now, the old typical basement walls, visqueen, insulation, regular 2x4s, drywall. Is there an alternate to that?
Yeah, I mean, really, most professionals in our industry don't touch wood studs anymore. They don't touch fiberglass insulation or regular drywall. Pretty much anybody who's doing basement finishing for a living is sticking to non-organic materials that cannot support mold growth.
And I'm assuming you guys.
Yeah, we have a polystyrene that's impregnated with graphite that drives up the R value that's continuous behind metal studs. And then we use mold defense drywall. And then for our moldings, we use cellular PVC moldings.
Ooh, perfect. And those are paintable.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you had a flood, God forbid, in the basement, typically you could actually just dry that out and it don't have to be torn out.
Yep, for the most part. Yep.
That's important.
Mm-hmm.
You got to. I would think. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. When you're done with a job, you need to tell the homeowner, "Hey, God forbid something happens and there's a flood." When you call your insurance company, make sure they know not to start cutting and ripping stuff out. Because
we do. We
you
tell
do
them to call us because we've shown up and the insurance company's got the wall cut
2 feet up.
and the vinyl plank sitting in a pile that they didn't even need to touch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's important that people know that.
Yeah.
So those are all good. Now, there are a lot of people today that are worried about respiratory issues and off-gassing and all the allergies. A lot of times parents will take their kids to an allergist or a pulmonologist, and they're finding out that, hey, you better go back home, check your air filter, check your air quality, because that's what's the trigger or the catalyst for this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So your products are all good.
Yeah. The insulation we use doesn't off-gas in the home. Certain types of flooring can, like carpeting. Even some formaldehyde can come out of cabinetry construction, but it's very low in comparison to other materials like spray foam insulation. I would recommend staying far, far away from spray foam insulation. It's
In the basement.
Yeah, well, I think it's a great material upstairs, but I think in the basement, it's very toxic, and even to the point where we've had contractors tell us, you can't be in the home
While you're doing it.
or your pets can't be in the home while you're doing spray foam insulation in the basement.
What about your fish?
The fish might survive it, but I would take the parakeet with you.
Okay, so that makes sense. Now, what about kitchen cabinets and countertops? Like countertops, still doing granite quartz, right?
We do a variety. We do quartz, granite, a lot of laminate that looks like granite. There's some pretty affordable options on the market these days. There's granite shops on every corner. So we stick with one particular contractor that does a great job on the granite side for us.
That's the best part when you have good subs and good partners. It always makes it better.
Yeah.
Well, what about like lighting? The recessed lights today, they have these little ones that they're like the can lights, but they're thin.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm
razors.
like, whoa, yeah, I love those.
Yeah.
And it's all LED. And now they have the little switch. You go like super white and like yellow.
Yeah.
That's
Those
so
are
cool.
awesome. That's exactly what we use.
Yeah,
So,
I love those.
Yeah.
Okay, now what about like when you do theater and like surround sound or a big screen and have like for me, I'll admit something. I want a big screen and a flat screen in my basement so I can play video games. Yeah, I'm 51, but so what?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. But you team up with like companies like Paulson's?
We've used Paulson's before. They're a great company. They've come to us with their customers. We've gone to them with our customers. We have a couple of other trade partners that we'll work with that are familiar with how we do things, and it's been a good synergistic relationship.
Nice. That's important. So a typical basement renovation, not from the day you meet the homeowner to the designing, but the day the permit's ready and you guys plan the walkthrough to start construction. Is there a timeline? Is there an average?
I'm going to give you a range of somewhere between 8 to 12 weeks is probably the average, depending on the scope of work, depending on the city we're working in, how long.
How backed up the inspectors are.
Yeah, you typically have at least 2 weeks of inspections where you're not getting much done because you're waiting for inspectors to show up.
Okay. So it depends on the size of the job, a lot of that too. Now, real quickly, Egress Windows.
Mm-hmm.
With Egress Windows, you're always adding that in if they don't have one?
Not always.
The code changed a little.
The code changed in 2015 to be, if you're having a bedroom in the basement, you have to have an egress window in the bedroom. But habitable living space, it doesn't require an egress window unless you have sleeping spaces.
Okay, because we're getting requests. We have really good egress window guys, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So, which is good. Always a good thing like that. So, if someone wants to contact Finished Basements Plus,
finishedbasementsplus.com or 248-926-6630.
and of course, go to hireitdone.com if you want the best basement remodeler of the year around. Then you're gonna get them. You're really my only basement guys.
Well, good. We should be.
Well, you're the best. We don't mess around at Hire It Done. Well, Steve, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me.
Pancake House for breakfast.
I'm going right now.
49ers are the best.
Get ready.
Which is good. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Ron and I are going to talk plumbing trends and the home show, by the way. And you're at the home show, right?
We are, yeah.
Okay, good. So you're going to see Steve at the home show. I'm Adam Helfman. Keep it locked in right here. We'll be right back. One of the biggest setbacks to remodeling and renovation projects is that homeowners oftentimes don't know where to start. And I get it. A renovation project is understandably overwhelming. You may have so many decisions to make: the cabinets, the tiles, the countertop, the flooring. And on top of that, there are so many different options for each one. I asked one of Hire It Done's top renovation contractors, Jim Segi of Segi Renovations, what he thinks about how to start a renovation project. And he agreed with me. He said, Adam, when people get overwhelmed, it's because they don't know where to start. And I always recommend starting with the basic layout and the budget, because that will give you the blueprint and the guidelines that you need to make the rest of your decisions on the project. Jim stresses the importance that Segi Renovations is a one-stop shop for your entire project. And I actually agree with Jim on this. It's very easy to get confused if you're trying to work with several other different contractors. You can have two contractors tell you two different things that are both technically correct, and neither one might be the right thing to do in your kitchen. Remember, no two kitchens are the same. You can't just go to the store, pick out a kitchen, and have it installed the next week. Now, in a new construction, they might put the same kitchen in 20 different homes, but you have to realize that the job job of a builder is to construct the biggest house for the least amount of money. The builder's job is not to give you the best possible kitchen for your home. So you start with a contractor who's one-stop shop like Sewage Renovations, and you start with a layout and a budget. Then it's time for the fun part, which is actually making the selections. But a lot of homeowners can still feel overwhelmed by making this selection process. Jim Segi recommends that you go to a showroom. It's not the largest space, but every single thing in the showroom is handpicked and value added with a product that he recommended someone use in their kitchen. And that's really the key to what makes a good showroom. You want a place where you can go to see the different combinations and styles and have a chance to kick the tires on your new kitchen or bath. And that's key, because the reason Segi Renovations is such a great contractor is that they can make this stressful process not seem so stressful. Jim says start with the layout. I say start with the contractor, because the contractor can be the difference between a nightmare project and a dream kitchen, or a headache and a walk in the park. For more remodeling tips, or if you're ready to start your renovation project, it's pretty simple. Just head to Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done radio network. Joining me on the Hire It Done radio show is Michael Stoskopf. He's the CEO of the Home Builders Association. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning. How you doing?
Welcome back, my friend.
Thanks for having us on.
Always, always. So let's talk about the Home Builders Association. If you're a contractor, a builder, you know, one of the things that homeowners always look for is if you're a member of associations or looking to always add to your professionalism. And the Home Builders Association is pretty much the place for a builder or contractor to be a member of if they're looking to always educate themselves and be part of the industry. Is that correct?
Well, I'm a partial source, of course. So with that disclosure, yes, absolutely. The Home Builders Association, there's 700 local home builders associations across the country. Over 20 in Michigan. We're the largest in Michigan. We're part of the National Association of Home Builders Federation. And really, it's new home builders, it's remodelers, trade subcontractors, and then all the different companies that want to work within the residential construction and remodeling industry. We're focused on professionalism. That is very important. It's the largest investment most everybody that's in the sound of our voices right now, but most everybody in the country, the largest investment they'll ever make. And so you want to make sure you protect that investment. So as you mention all the time with your stable of contractors on Hire It Done, you want to hire professionals. You want to know that you're getting the best quality service for that biggest investment that protects your family.
And that's well said. Good morning. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. Yeah. Go live, right? Okay. Yeah. You were shaking your head. I'm like, what did I do wrong? Anyways, welcome back. Text us 97136 if you're listening to the show and you're snow plowing out there. Sean and Warren plowing for the Warren Public Schools. He's out with his coworkers, Paul and Tina, and they're busting their humps. High fives to them. Anyways, we've got Ron Alexander in studio. He's our professional master plumber from Hire It Done. Welcome back, Ron.
Good morning again.
Yeah. So, Ron, I've got a question for you. Okay, good. We've got, you're going to be at the home show, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So on the phone right now, joining us is Michael Stoskopf from the Home Builder Association. He's the CEO. You there, Michael?
Hey, I am. Thank you very much for having us on this nice snowy morning here in Michigan.
I love it. Well, I'm glad you were able to take the time to call in this morning, Michael. As you know, next weekend is the Novi Home Show. Can you give our listeners the details, please?
Sure. We open next Friday, January 24th, and we're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 24th to 26th. Friday, we open at 2 p.m. We're open till 8. Saturday, 10 to 8, and Sunday, 10 to 5. Of course, we're the region's largest and longest-running producer of quality home shows, and we hold them every year and several times a year. actually at Suburban Collection Showplace right there in Novi, conveniently located between Beck and Novi Roads.
Which is awesome. And so we've got Ron Alexander in studio. He's our master plumber. He actually has a booth there near Finished Basements Plus this year, and he's like all excited about the home show because it's a great place for people to go to ask questions, meet the plumbers, meet the contractors, and really see if you're going to think about doing some home improvement. You get to kick the tires, basically. Am I right?
You're absolutely correct. And, this weekend's going to be sort of shut down for everybody because of the snowstorm, but next weekend looks like it's going to be just fine. And that's, one of the reasons that our January home show has historically been our biggest attended home show is people get tired of being stuck at home, and it's a great place to go out. There's no football games going on, at least any major football games like this weekend or next or a couple weekends after that. And, again, like you said, it's a great place to come out, meet professionals, look them in the eye, shake their hands, see the products that they have displayed in their booth. It's not inexpensive. You can ask him, Steve, anybody that, it's not inexpensive to be at the show. You have to pay some money to be there because we do a lot of advertising, so we pool that money together. You have to have insurance and things of that stuff, plus what you invest in the booth to show the people coming through. So,
yeah. Well, I'm going to help out a little bit because we're going to give away some free tickets to your home show. 248-539-9797. I've got 10 pair tickets to give away. So give us a call, 248-539-9797. We're giving away tickets to the home show, which is this coming Friday, Saturday, Sunday at it's called the Novi Home Show at the Suburban Showcase, right?
Yep, Suburban Collection Showplace. And again, a lot of exhibitors, a lot of features too. We've got interior designer Lori Smith at TLC Trading Spaces. It's going to be in town. I pick her up at the airport on Thursday, but she's going to be at the show Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can even register to win a tea with her. And guess what, Adam? I think if everything works out, the stars align, maybe next week at 7:30, your listeners can hear her live on the Hire It Done radio program.
Hey, listen, if you can make it happen, my friend, I'll make sure that we promote it properly and get her on here. She's great. I like her show. I've seen it in the past, so that would be a nice boom, and we'll be more than happy to help, and that'll drive people to the home show as well, which is great. So if you're a contractor and you're listening, Michael, tell everyone how important it is to be a member of the Home Builder Association.
Well, first and foremost, we're a professional trade association, so we're affiliated with 700 local HBAs and builders associations across the country as part of the National Association of Home Builders Federation. And the goal of all of us in this industry and within the federation is to increase the professionalism of our members, which are builders, remodelers, trade subcontractors,
sure,
and heck, banks, lawyers, everybody that want to serve the residential construction industry. Because, this is really the largest investment that most any of us are going to make. And so it pays really to be able to take care of that asset, both from a homeowner's perspective and from the professionals working in it. You invest a lot of money as a contractor to be in this industry, and you don't want to have a lack of education or a lack of support or regulations, excessive regulations, to shut your business down. Makes
sense. And again, if you're a builder or a contractor, you definitely need to be a member of the HBA. You want to give the website out for everyone so they can check it out?
Sure. So if you're a contractor and you want to check out the association, it's real simple. It's builders.org. Builders.org/join will show you some of the benefits that there are. We've got three different convenient plans. And then for homeowners, you want to come out to the home show or you want to register for when the opportunity for tea with Lori Smith or just learn more about the show. It's real simple. It's novihomeshow.com.
Awesome. novihomeshow.com. Next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The show starts at 2 p.m. on Friday, and then Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Am I right?
Yep.
And then Sunday, right. 10 to 6.
10 to 5.
Oh, 10 to 5. Sorry. I was close. Yeah. I almost got it. And I'm going to be there. I'm going to be perusing it. I like going there. I always, we have a lot of hired done contractors there. And so I always like to go there because it allows me to keep my finger on the pulse of everything going on as well. So, Michael, thanks for calling in. I'm sure I'll probably see you next week. And always a pleasure to have you on the Hired Done Radio Show.
It sounds great. Hopefully I'll be in studio with you with Lori on Saturday morning, and we'll see you next week. I'll get the snowblower fired back up.
Yeah, or if you have to, just hire it done.
Hire it done. There you go.
My man, have a great day. Be safe out there. Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
248-539-9797. If you want, we have a couple more packs of tickets to give away for the Novi Home Show next week. 248-539-9797. We got a few more to give away, so give us a call. And if you're out there plowing, text us, 97136. We'd love to give you a shout-out and thank you for keeping the roads safe and clean for us. So, Ron, you're going to be at the home show. Are you going to have a tankless water heater there?
We're going to have a tankless water heater there, so if people can touch it, look at it, we can explain some benefits of having one. And we now have financing, so you can get one installed for as low as $50-some-odd a month.
Okay, well, there you go. That's important. So, 40-gallon water heater, 50-gallon water heater, high-efficiency power vent, tankless. Let's talk about the benefits of a tankless water heater really quick. So it takes up less space. That's one.
That's huge, especially we finish basements. That's some of the things we do. They need that space, so we switch out.
So tankless just hangs on the wall.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's cool. Is there other benefits to it? A tankless water heater?
Well, I mean, the continuous amount of hot water is a big plus. That's what I did one for a friend of mine who has 4 daughters, and it was the best thing he ever did. They were all fighting in the morning over hot water, and he loves it. The best thing he said he ever put in his house. So I mean, if there's a need for one, I just tell people when they call me, I just ask them why do you want one, and then we kind of start the conversation there.
So
and
endless
see
hot water.
Yeah, just see the endless hot water. I mean, the only drawback is it takes a little while to get to the point of use. I mean, we can put a recirc system in too that helps with that.
Okay, so let's define that. So because I want to, a lot of people don't realize what a recirc is. So here's the thing. I've got a 50-gallon hot water heater and 4 kids. Everyone's showering in the morning, and you know what? It just doesn't catch up.
Correct.
I want to get unlimited, endless hot water. Is tankless the way to do?
Yes.
Okay, so now that's all that. Now, you're saying it takes a little bit longer. So if I didn't have a recirculating pump, I turn the hot water on. The tankless, because it's not having a tank of hot water waiting.
Yeah, it's not sitting there heating up.
So it's heating it up instantly.
Correct.
And then from the time it takes from the tankless heater to the actual faucet, that's the delay.
That's the delay. Yeah,
Okay.
It takes a little bit.
Now, if you add a recirculating pump, that's always pumping hot water around the house. And then when you need it.
Yes, there's different pumps. You can put some pumps with a timer, so it goes on in the morning when you get up, and then it goes on when you come home. They have some we can set just to stay at a constant temperature, or just keeps the pipe warm. Because, typically, if it's a long distance across a bigger ranch, if you're just going in there to wash your hands, you're probably going to wash them before the hot water gets there. So
Okay.
But the upside is once it's there forever. So
Well, that's what we want. Okay, well, and I'm
adjust.
cool with that.
You adjust. You get used to it. You adjust. I mean, I had one. You turn down a shower, you go grab your sweats and come in, and it's fine. It's there.
Are there times when you get a homeowner call you up and say, I want to get a tankless water heater, and you tell them it's not the right
It's
application?
not necessary. Yeah, they have an elderly couple call the other day, and they wanted to put one in and just to save on their monthly bill. And I mean, they could go through 3 regular water heaters for the price difference. So it just didn't make sense for them. They didn't reuse that much hot water.
I want to talk about the cost of water heater, and let's help homeowners make the right decision when we come back.
Okay.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, folks. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. We'll be right back. Few things are guaranteed in home improvement, but clogged drains might be one of them. Nowadays, you can go online and you can find a million different tricks and hacks on how to fix a clogged drain. I asked Ron Alexander of Shelby Mechanical what he thinks about the do-it-yourself drain declogging methods. He said to me he would recommend staying away from any of those gimmicks. Vinegar, baking soda, or whatever else people talk about pouring down the drain. You're more than likely to just end up with a mess in the drain that's still clogged. I also don't recommend out-of-the-box chemical drain openers either. While those can be effective on some clogs, they can also damage your pipes and end up costing a lot of money in repairs down the road. But there are a handful of things you can try that are safe and do work before going through the trouble of having a plumber come out. The first method that Ron recommended was the good old-fashioned plunger and using hot water. Hot water can help break down the common clogging agents like grease and soap, and the plunger can sometimes push the clog through. According to Ron, it will depend on the type of clog and where the clog is and the shape of your drain as to whether or not plunging can effectively solve your problems. For a clog shower, Ron says the simplest answer might be the best. A lot of times with a shower, the problem is hair, and people don't realize that they could see the clog and maybe even just reach down and pull it out if they take off the drain cover. In the case of a clog that you can't quite reach, a coat hanger or a similar hook might help you remove the clog. If you're handy and you feel up to the task, you could always rent a plumber's snake at a big box store to deal with a particularly stubborn clog. Ron even has people call him on the phone for tips in the middle of working on their drain. People call me all the time and ask. I don't mind. If it's something simple I can recommend, I'll tell you. And if it's something I think we can come out and take a look at, I'll tell you that too. I always say there's nothing wrong with doing your due diligence and seeing if you can fix a problem yourself. But if you're getting nowhere, fighting a clogged drain all afternoon because you want to save a few dollars, ask yourself this: how much is your time worth? Because most homeowners, there's a point where the time is more valuable to them than what they would end up paying someone to fix it, and that's when it's time to make the call. For more plumbing tips, or if you're looking for a great plumber like Ryan Alexander and his team at Shelby Mechanical, just head over to hireitdone.com. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. Joining me on the Hire It Done Radio Show is Michael Stoskopf. He's the CEO of the Home Builders Association. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning. How you doing?
Welcome back, my friend.
Thanks for having us on.
Always, always. So let's talk about the Home Builders Association. If you're a contractor, a builder, you know, one of the things that homeowners always look for is if you're a member of associations or looking to always add to your professionalism. And the Home Builders Association is pretty much the place for a builder or a contractor to be a member of if they're looking to always educate themselves and be part of the industry. Is that correct?
Well, I'm a partial source, of course. So with that disclosure, yes, absolutely. The Home Builders Association, there's 700 local home builders associations across the country, over 20 in Michigan. We're the largest in Michigan. We're part of the National Association of Home Builders Federation. And really, it's new home builders, it's remodelers, trade subcontractors, and then all the different companies that want to work within the residential construction and remodeling industry. We're focused on professionalism. That is very important. It's the largest investment most everybody that's in the sound of our voices right now, but most everybody in the country, the largest investment they'll ever make. And so you want to make sure you protect that investment. So as you mention all the time with your
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Snowy Saturday. Ron Alexander in studio with me. 30-year master plumber.
30 years. Ooh,
So, Ron, what's the number if someone needs a plumbing or has a plumbing issue they want to call you?
586-726-9444. It's a pretty simple number, isn't it?
Sure. It is easy.
I've had that for a while.
Yeah, my number's 891-ADAM.
No kidding. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I've had it forever.
Did you buy it?
No, I had a connection at before it was Verizon.
Connection.
Yeah. And the problem is I used to have 536-ADAM. And I would get calls all day long from people who thought they were dialing 356-ADAM, which is the American Divorce Association for Men. And since my name's Adam, I'd phone ring and I'm like, is this Adam? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, sure it is.
She took the kids. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get you custody. Don't you worry. But,
Old Seinfeld episode, 1-800-FILK or whatever it was.
but the real deal, my number really is 891-ADAM.
Oh, fantastic.
My phone's going to start blowing up. People are
Yeah,
like, you said
I
on the radio. I give my number to everybody. I don't care.
Yeah.
I keep my voicemail
Middle
full.
of the night.
Yeah,
What are you
text
doing,
me.
Adam? I can't sleep.
Yeah, me too. I'm out getting donuts. Good morning, Hire It Done. We're the guys plowing at Partridge Creek. Have a good day. Shout out to We're the Guys. That's an awesome company. Out there plowing in Ann Arbor, listening to the best radio station around 97.1 The Ticket, of course. Ken over at J&H Transportation, plowing Main Yard in Sterling Heights. Thanks, Ken.
J&H, yeah, that's our side of town. Big gravel trains.
Here's one. The wife is shoveling. I'm making breakfast and streaming the show. My man. Equal opportunity.
Kick her out.
That's a good one. So, tankless water heaters, what does it cost to do one properly?
They average around $3,500 installed. It really depends. Sometimes the venting becomes an issue. We have to stay away from windows and the intake of furnaces and things like that. So, I mean,
But
basically, it's pretty close to that, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and then the average 40-gallon or 50-gallon high efficiency, 1,500?
High efficiency, I think they're around 1,800, if I remember correctly, for a 15-gallon. So
Okay, so
you're
not
close to it. You know, you get up around a 75-gallon high efficiency. You're getting close to what you might as well go tankless because you're getting close to it.
Okay.
Sometimes they want to replace a 75 that they've had for years before tankless have become really efficient. But the one thing I can say about tankless is don't buy a cheap one. You can go to big box stores, and I've had people call me, well, it's only $400. Don't go down that road. Buy a regular water heater before you buy a cheap tankless water heater.
They're so efficient and they're so sensitive that the electronic controls are just as important as the mechanical part of it.
Correct. I've been putting them in for at least 15 to 18 years, and I haven't had to repair one yet of a Renai tankless water heater. Not
Renai's the
one.
So what is it about the Renai brand? Because I've heard of Takagi, Neritz, Bosch.
I mean, they've been
You got
around
Renai.
long. They've been in Europe for years. They've worked the bugs out. They've been in California for years. And I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not positive, but I've always been told you can't have tank style water heaters in California. And I don't know if that's true or not. I've been told that.
Who knows? California is still part of the United States.
Yeah, they could push that state away from the country. It wouldn't hurt my feelings. But yeah, they're a fantastic unit. I mean, we had a guy call about one he was having issues. I said, "Oh, my first one," and I went there, and all it was he roughed in a bathroom in the basement, and they didn't have a cartridge in the shower, so it was crossing over, mixing hot and cold. So we fixed that. But
Well, there you go.
wasn't wrong with the water heater.
When you put in tankless hot water, is it a one-day install?
Yes, takes us a day. We're in and out, and we haul away the old one and dispose of it for you too.
Now, I have two water heaters that one piggybacks the other. Can
Correct.
one tankless replace my two?
How many
it's done?
gallons are they?
50 each.
It should, yeah. Depends. It's more or less how many bathrooms. We can size it. You tell me how many fixtures, bathrooms. There's a formula for sizing them.
That was my next
But
question.
one's normally you get in a 3.5 bath house. One's enough. It's close. You get 4.5, 5 bath. A lot of people are up at the same time.
Know. So when someone gets a tankless water heater, the key, and this is why they got to call a company like Shelby Mechanical, the key to getting the right tankless water heater is the sizing of it based on how you use it. You got 3 kids showering in the morning. You better get the right one, and then you're going to do washing.
Correct. They'll still put out the hot water, but what they do is they gear down the flow to catch up to temperature. So you might be in there and you're still getting a hot shower the way you want it, but the flow of water starts restricting if you have everything turned on.
I'm a water pressure slut. Okay, I gotta have water pressure.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, if I put in a tankless water here and I lose water pressure, I'm gonna be mad. So we need to figure out. I got a shower head coming out of the ceiling. I got one coming out of the head. I got one coming out at mid level, and I got one coming out low level. And I got a handheld, and I got all kinds of diverters, switches. Like it looks like a B-52 bomber. Right.
Yep, I've got one too.
Is the tankless water here gonna affect that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll handle it. It's just your pressure is your pressure at your house. You got 60 psi. You turn everything on, the pressure it still should handle it. But the water, it just might gear down a little bit. If you got full port, full open valves, depending on your shower valves, you get into some growies that are full port, and you get into higher flow rates. And if you're filling your jacuzzi, which is a full port, I mean, mine fills fine. My soaker tub, that's a full wide open 3/4 feed. So, and it handles that.
Does it make a difference when you say 3/4 feet? Half-inch water lines, copper or PEX. If you go to 3/4, does it give you more pressure, or is it just doesn't slow down the feed?
If you're going to go PEX in your tubing, you got to at least go a 3/4 inch shower valve. Which, because you got a 1/2 inch shower valve with 1/2 inch PEX. The fittings are even smaller, so you got to go at least 3/4.
The interior dimensions of the 1/2 inch PEX is not a 1/2 inch.
Correct. I pipe mine all in copper and then run the PEX to it and try to use a different style fitting where it really doesn't restrict it that much as
Makes
possible.
sense. Okay, well, I wasn't sure about that. Now,
there's different things you can do.
Any modern toilets that you're putting in that are don't have any problems, or you're pretty good at that?
No, we put in some jet assist in a church the other day, and I think we're giving one away at the. I'm not sure if they picked it out yet. We're giving one away at the home show. Or
and you're going to be there, so come see you at the home show.
Yeah, we'll have that. We'll have tankless water heaters there they can play with and touch and look at, and some literature and things.
Well, that's cool.
And I'll be there talking.
Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of these flood detectors?
Different ones, yes.
Have you ever installed them for anybody, or is it more of an electronic thing?
I haven't. No, I know there's some things you can stick by your sump basket, and they'll actually hook up to your home alarm. If you have a regular alarm in your house, that'll send you a text or whatever. It'll sense the water coming out of the sump basket, or you can put it by a floor drain. There's different things, or you can put it in the basket, and if the water gets to a certain height, it will send you a note.
Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. So if someone needs a plumber for any kind of plumbing, just call Shelby Mechanical. What's the number?
586-726-9444 or ShelbyMechanical.net.
A pleasure to have you here, man.
Always fun coming in today.
Always, right? And I appreciate you making the effort.
Heated
windshield
always.
and all.
Heated windshield and all. Love it.
All right. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. My name's Adam Helfman. This is Hire It Done. We'll talk to you next week.